Hello, and welcome to Full Tech Ahead. I'm your host, Amanda Rosani, and I'm excited to have Scarlet Clouse with me today. She is the Dean of the College of Education and Director of the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Institute. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Amanda.
So happy to have you on the show. So, I would love to learn more about what technology professions are trending right now, what technologies are trending from your experience and research.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even call it trending. I would call it an industry explosion at this point of all things related to technology. Namely, I think the most front and center thing right now is AI and how that's just changed the landscape of everything that we're doing. I can't think of one area that has not been touched in some way by at least the discussions of AI. What we're seeing right now is, and of course in higher ed, we take a look at these trends in industry, and it's our job to be responsive to those. Big part of our mission at Angelo State is to make sure that we have workforce ready graduates upon graduation. And so we track that pretty closely and try to be as nimble as possible in putting those academic programs together to be able to assist those graduates. And so anything AI related right now is just really hot. But you know as well as I do, that landscape is changing so quickly. And the big thing was just anybody that could lead through standing up AI, anything in industry. And now, things become more modern, things become more, it just changing so quickly in AI. So we have, prompt engineering was a really, really big area that people were focusing a lot on and teaching prompt engineering, and then also how to lead an organization through using AI by engineering good and relevant and efficient prompts. So really any careers that are related to helping an organization infuse AI where it makes sense. And the organization is big right now. So any of the engineering, computer science is obviously still very relevant. We have those degrees here. And then our AI programs here at ASU also help in the application process. So they're more applied, which is a little less daunting than the computer science fields going that way. So it's really just an interesting landscape, keeping up with how quickly industry is changing and society is changing with their AI uses.
Absolutely. And to that note, I know that you recently announced an AI center. Can you talk more about that?
Sure. Yeah. ASU has been the super grateful recipient of a legislative appropriation request of $5 million. That's going to be paid out over 2 years. So we are standing up an AI Center of Excellence and built on pillars of, again, creating students who are ready for the workforce, supplying them with industry certifications, hands-on experience, internships, collaboration with the community, all of those things that go into having our graduates be day one ready to step into industry. So the AI, we call it the AI COE, that center of excellence is going to change the landscape in which we do business in providing education in higher ed for the global workforce.
Absolutely. And you mentioned certifications. Do you see offering a lot more of these like continuing education or certifications within the technology space?
So right now, Angelo State offers Coursera courses. It's really an amazing offering that we have. It rolled out for students, rolled out for faculty and staff, and we've just rolled it out to alum. So alum have access to this really robust library of courses. And I don't know if you've ever been on the Coursera inventory, but my goodness, if you can't find something in there tech related to further your skills or professional development, then I'm not sure it exists because it's such a big, robust offering. So we're really proud to be able to offer that continuing education to across the spectrum of people that are affiliated with ASU. And they come with a hefty price tag, but they're free. We offer this service. So I just think that I can't speak enough about that. And then in other ways, we offer I would say just about every college on this campus offers some sort of continuing education type certificate or offers, ensures that our students have access to those industry-based certifications. You'll see that really prevalent in our cybersecurity programs, in our computer science programs. Our students having access to industry-based certifications like CompTIA, and in some cases, we even help pay for those, or we pay for those certifications for a population of our students. So it's certifications, professional development, career readiness is always top of mind in what we do at ASU.
Definitely. And as a proud Angelo State alumni myself, I was very excited about the Coursera offerings because I've turned to Coursera and a number of other certification programs for all sorts of technology learning. It's a great offering. I'm very excited.
Good. I'm so
So,
glad to hear that. And they're easy to access. Just go into our website and use a little search bar and go to Coursera. And I mean, we're so proud to be able to offer that because they're high quality courses.
mhm. So
Glad you're
let's
using it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk more about the future careers that you see being widely available, easy access for, let's say, new graduates or even people that are deciding to pivot careers later in life. Which ones look like they're going to have the most need, the most job openings, and accessibility?
Right now, well, not right now. We've seen trends in this, and I've been in kind of the cybersecurity career space for about almost 5 years now. And that is an area that there's always need. I think in Texas right now, there's almost 55,000 openings for a cyber related position. And so that's not even just a cyber analyst. Those are cyber related positions. And so still right now, cybersecurity is it's just a treasure trove of openings. And, you don't have to grow up academically through cybersecurity to land one of those jobs. Now you do have to have the certificates and you do need to have the experience in some ways, but I would say anything cyber related is still really, really hot right now. And we're in the thick of that is in trying to help that workforce shortage in cyber. And it's showing in Texas. I think we went from, having like a 54% or a 62%, I think, need in Texas. And we're trending the right way. We, universities, industry, community, we're showing that we are making an impact on that dearth of professionals in that area. So we're moving the right way, but there's a huge amount of need in that area.
So, since you mentioned cybersecurity, I think this is a good time to point out that y'all offer an amazing summer program for youth. And I want to talk about getting youth into technology programs and offering them skills at an earlier age. So, can you share some of those programs and how you support those programs and why you started them?
Sure. And then, so across the university, there are so many opportunities for students to get involved in STEM related or technology related camps. A lot of them are immersion camps. A lot of them are like, come with no experience whatsoever, see if you like it, stick it out. And the yield on that has been really, really good. Matter of fact, we are starting to see students who came to some of our kind of our sponsored programs in the summer, complete those successfully, and then go on into high school, stay immersed in some of the things we're doing. And we're starting to see those students here on our campus now. It is really a cool trend to see them grow up through all of these things. But in the summer, we offer cybersecurity camp, mainly cyber patriot camps. Our robotics camps are amazing here. The College of Education, I have to give a shout out to the College of Education. They run an amazing code camp. We've got robotics camps, STEM camps. The museum offered an amazing curiosity camp through the summer where you just come on over and try things out. And so I would say just across the board, there have been so many tech related opportunities. The STEM nights that are held over in the Vincent building have been really, really amazing. So in the summer offerings are really the most robust. But we have speckled throughout the academic year areas which we go in, like with Santa Rita Elementary, Fort Concho, engaging in those elementaries with specifically STEM related opportunities. It's really fun to see.
From your perspective, how important is it for colleges and universities to reach out to youth and extend out to the community skill up offerings and camps?
Critical. It's absolutely critical. And I think it's part of our mission. I think for a long time, higher ed became so hyper focused on the students that were right in front of them, recruiting and retaining seniors in high school and getting them here. But we've moved so far past that to where we are engaging in ways with elementaries, prepping them. Best case scenario is we engage with elementary age students and we get them here and we get them on our campus. And research shows that once we get them on our campus, there's a good chance that we're going to be able to get them as students. But the way that I think about it is we're going to try really, really hard and we're going to engage those youth. Even if they don't choose to come to ASU, they're still better citizens for being a part of what we're doing here. So in my mind, it's critical outreach. The earlier, the better. And it's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. And to that note, I would say my son is in the ASU Scholar Program. And I think that's such a great program for the top, I think, 33% of classes across any of the schools in the area have this opportunity to be in the Scholar Program. And they get leadership courses, professional career courses for free that they can take throughout the year, plus access to most of the facilities. And so I think the first course coming up is an email, how to properly draft a professional email. The skills that are going to be important moving forward in their careers. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and you'll see also along those lines too, where we used to have just a very concentrated effort on internships. We would have internships speckled over here and everybody did a great job, but they were, oh, we do internships and oh, we do internships. But now we've got a really good effort to kind of bring in and maybe centralize internships, capitalize on those, make sure that we're getting students are getting the best learning experience possible, and that we're also continuing to build those partnerships with our outside industry partners, because those are critical to what we're doing. We can no longer operate in a vacuum in higher education. We have constantly got to be building that superhighway between industry, community, and university, because if we don't, we've seen it. Universities and students will be left behind in a matter of a semester. They'll be left behind, especially with more and more AI usage.
Of course. So when it comes to tech careers in general, it has predominantly been more males in technology careers, but we're seeing a lot more women entering into technology careers, I believe. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm seeing the same trend. And I think just to go back to the outreach, if you've never been to one of our cyber expos where we bring students from all over, I'm talking elementary and middle school students from all over, it's such a good lesson in us always kind of recalibrating around the opportunities that we give for females, and especially in the tech and the STEM areas. And the reason I bring the expo up is it never fails. Every single year we get, and there's hundreds of elementary or middle school kids in this huge room, and they're about to do cybersecurity exercises and skills and games and competitions. And I go in there, and that sometimes, I'll go and I'll mingle with the kids that it's their first time ever there. And there's always a group of girls sitting together, and I'll go over and they'll say, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I look around and there's not many girls and I'm so nervous about this. And by the time that day ends, almost always I'll go back and I'll pick out those young girls and I'll say, well, how was it? And they were like, this was so much fun. I had no idea I could do cybersecurity. I had no idea that I would like it so much. So I think that's where it starts. It's sparking that, that little flame and then building it and feeding it and giving them opportunities. And I've heard before in some of my other colleagues, you can't be it if you can't see it. So I think we have to continuously put these opportunities in front of all children and then just really nurture that interest and that aptitude as they go forward. We see the same kind of opportunities in higher ed. We have WESIS, it's Women in Cybersecurity here. It's a group and anybody can join it. It's open to anybody. But those are the types of things when we take young women to some of these conferences, they can network. They can see people that look just like them. They can see and hear and listen and learn from people that look just like them. So those types of organizations are really fruitful for continuing to get more women in tech and keep them there.
Well, absolutely. And I have one final question for you, and that is the college education, it's critical, it's so important. But when they get out into the real world and they get their first job and they're applying these skills, that can sometimes be tough. What advice do you have for people in their first careers adjusting to those careers?
I would say reach back out. If you are a graduate and you're in your first career, keep that alum pipeline really strong, that communication back to your university, your professors. Keep that strong because it's always good to leverage the expertise that you have back at your home institution. I would also say just surround yourself with people who maybe have the same kind of concerns and the same struggles that you do so you can problem solve together. Don't operate in a vacuum. Reach out to others. There's so much support, whether it's online, whether it's just groups in your community. Don't get discouraged. We're all learning new things every single day. And sometimes it's a struggle to keep up, and sometimes it's really exciting to keep up. But my advice would be in the workplace, we've got to start being really transparent about embracing technology and where it's going. Because like they say, AI is not going to replace people's jobs, but AI will replace people who are not using AI. And I think that's really important for us to keep top of mind is things are changing quickly, but there will always be a need for human beings, critical thinking skills. There's just always going to be a need for that, but we got to keep up technologically.
Absolutely. And there's so many, as you mentioned, these days there are so many ways to continue skilling up, learning new things through certification courses. I'm a bit of a certification course junkie myself. So, if I don't know something, I'm going to go learn it. So just being adaptable and willing to learn.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And it's okay to fail. There's a lot of safe spaces to fail. But the problem is when you fail and you wallow in it for a while and you don't learn from that and you move on. That's what I say all the time. It's all going to be okay. Have an open mind and apply AI ethically. Know the boundaries, know that AI is not something that's going to do your job for you, nor should it. It's not going to be the thing that's going to solve everything, but it is certainly something that when applied efficiently and effectively and responsibly can certainly help us.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing your insights and your tips.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Amanda. I appreciate it.
All right. And thank you to our audience. Stay tuned. There's more podcasts coming up and share what you find the most interesting and share any questions you have. Bye-bye.